Good morning, good morning. How are we this morning? Tracy here. I wanted to talk today about this one thing that has saved me so many times. Now you might be thinking, how can one thing be that important? Well, it really, really is. So listen up. If you've been thinking, I wonder how different people, and that may be the mum you look up to, maybe someone you've seen on social media, maybe someone else, you think, how can they keep up with all this stuff that they're going to do? So I'm going to let you in on that secret today. So I'm just going to have a drink of my breakfast because this is a great example. This morning has been a little bit of a whirlwind. We were quite busy this morning. There was lots on. My daughter didn't want to go to daycare, so she hid her bag and hid her fruit and her water bottle that she needs to take. So that was a whole other experience. She wouldn't get dressed. She didn't want to put her shoes on. We've all had mornings like that. I haven't even had breakfast yet, so hence I'm now drinking my breakfast. Protein, banana, spinach, water, a little bit of milk, nice and easy. This is actually the perfect example to explain. I understand. As a mum, you're like, you get super busy. There is so many things to do. Different days and weeks just turn to shit. I understand. I completely get it. It's like you mean things to go a certain way and things don't happen that way because your kid wakes up in a bad mood, you're tired, someone's sick, there's no time to do stuff, all the excuses come up. I get it. I'm a mum, I have two little people, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they constantly provide challenges, and that's just for them, let alone stuff that's going on with me, if I'm tired, if something else is happening with work, whatever it might be. So I understand. There's always something that can stop you doing whatever it is that you want to do. So let me start by asking you a question this morning. What do you really want out of your life? And how do you want to feel? So have a think about those questions. What do you actually want? Do you want to be happy and be able to run around with the kids and to be more present, to have fun, to not feel so rushed with everything? How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel happy? Like, how do you want to feel? And maybe have a think about how you're feeling at the moment. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're feeling overly stressed. Maybe you're feeling that you're a bit defeated, like you just can't seem to get ahead. You can't seem to do anything that you want to do. And I want to let you know they're all completely valid and completely normal things to feel. But let's see if we can change some of that. And this one thing I'm going to share today, I think is going to help that. So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to get to that really, really soon. Just let me know first if you're watching live or watching on the replay by commenting below. Comment the words live or comment replay. What that does is it helps other people to see this within this group that I think they'll be interested to see. And it also lets me know that you're watching. So please do comment along at home. So for me, I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be able to run around with my kids. And if they say to me, hey, Mum, I want to go for a run. Can we go for a bushwalk? Can we go for a swim? I want to say yes. I want to do those things. I want to go to the beach. I want to be in photos with them. I want to have fun with them. Kids love to play. I want to play. I want to get my inner child happening and do the monkey bars with them and go down the slides. And I want to be able to enjoy life. And if I don't look after myself, I'm going to feel tired. I'm going to feel bloated. I'm going to feel just blah about myself, about my body. I'm probably going to get puffed when I walk up the stairs. I'm not going to be able to run around with them because I'm going to be like, oh, wait, mummy needs a rest, you know? I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to go for bike rides with my kids. I want to have a run with my kids. I want to be able to do fun things with them. And that's what's in it for me. I'm basically training myself for life. I want to remain healthy so I can be around for them when they're older. I don't want to, I'm an older mum. I've already surpassed my 40th. And I don't want to be someone that says, oh, I can't do that because mummy can't. I want to be able to be the fun mum and be able to do that kind of stuff. I want to see them grow up. I hopefully want to see them get married and have children and do all those things. And if I get sick or I don't look after myself, then the chances of me developing something that stops me living into my older age is going to increase. So for me, my health and fitness has to be at the forefront of everything I do. I also have a son who has a genetic condition, which means at nearly 2.5 now, he can't walk. So I'm lifting up nearly 15 kilograms of him every single day. I'm carrying him around, I'm doing everything with him, and I need to be able to lift him, and I need to not hurt myself doing that. I need to be strong enough to be able to hold him, and he throws himself around sometimes. I need to be able to lift him. I need to be able to pick him up off the floor and do all that stuff. So it's important that I maintain some level of weight training, because I need to lift my son. It's not an option. It's not oh, I'd like to. I need to be able to lift him. I need to be able to lift him off the floor to put him in the high chair. I need to be able to lift him from the high chair to the floor. I need to be able to lift him out of his cot. There's so many things. Anywhere we go, anything we do, I need to lift him into his car seat. I just constantly need to be carrying him and lifting him. I minimize the amount of time I need to hold him for, because he does get heavy. But for me, that's a very important thing. And I don't know. I think it's going to be at least another 6 months or a year until hopefully he is able to walk. So I need to train myself for that. So think about your situation. How many children do you have? Do you just have a baby at the moment? If there's a baby, they're relatively light, but they do get heavy when you're holding them for a long period of time. And you don't want to have to worry that you're going to move funny or do something and then put your back out or do something. If you can train yourself so that you know that you are strong, then you're going to be able to do more things and feel much safer taking your baby out and about. If your kids are a bit older, you want to be able to run around with them. When they say, let's play outside, let's do this, let's be able to go out and do those things. It would be so nice. And to have the energy and to feel good, you need to put the good things into your body. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. I'm not saying you can't have a drink, you can't have any chocolate, you can never eat dessert. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying enjoy life and have fun, but just make sure you're getting all the good stuff in first. Make sure you're fueling your body to do what you need to do during the days that are busy with children. And I get it. I completely get it. I know it's busy. With all the best intentions in the world, you line all these things up to do, and you've got your workout plans, you've got your meal prep plans, you've got all these things that you've planned to do. You know, you're going to drink enough water, all those types of things, and you can't do them because your kid gets sick, because you're super tired, because you were up 50,000 times overnight to your baby or to your children, or because you've got insomnia and you couldn't sleep, or because you're working late, because you have a massive project on at work and you just weren't able to get to sleep. And then when you were, your mind was just constantly buzzing for all the things that you had to do. Whatever the reason, you may not be able to physically motivate yourself or not be able to get up and go for that workout that you know that you want to and you need to do. I get it. So this one thing is the thing that's saved me so many times. I get it. We don't always have the time. We don't always have the motivation. We don't always know why we're doing the things that we want to do. But if you really want to do something and you've got your reasoning to behind why you want to do it, and you know that it's now a non-negotiable. So for me moving my body in some way, shape or form every single day, even if that's just a light stretch, a bit of foam rolling, or we've got little massage guns, even if it's just doing something like that, I need to move my body and look after myself every day in some way, even if it's just a really small way. I might do some yoga with the kids. Cosmic yoga is great on YouTube to do with the kids. So I sometimes put that on and we just have a little yoga session together. Is it perfect? No. Does it matter? No. It's all about doing something that I know is going to benefit me and is setting a great example for my children. So this one thing that has saved me so many times is having a plan B. Have that backup plan in place. It's all about preparation. If you want to work out for 30 minutes every day, if you want to prepare a healthy meal on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, if you want to, I don't know, go out and do something with your friends, if you want to drink enough water during the day, right? You have all these things that you want to do. Think of those things that are likely to trip you up. So for me, if I haven't had enough sleep, it makes movement very challenging. It also makes restricting what I eat more challenging because I am more likely to overeat. Not necessarily, but probably also the wrong things. But if I've not had enough sleep, I'm trying to eat to replace the energy that I haven't got from the lack of sleep. So it's kind of like I'm working against myself. And that's going to happen sometimes. You can't always change that. I can't change that my daughter's got an ear infection at the moment. So she was screaming for hours, literally hours the other night. I can't change that. But that's something that I can foresee. Kids do get sick. Kids do keep me up at night. Sometimes work is really busy or my husband works away. So he might be away for a week. I generally know when that's coming up. I don't necessarily know when the kids are getting sick, but I know that it's going to happen. So it's not a case of if this happens, it's a case of when this happens, because at some point the kids are going to get sick. And that means they're going to have a day off daycare. That means they're going to have maybe more restless sleep. Maybe they're going to be more clingy, whatever it might be. I know that that's going to happen at some point. So for me, planning for that, planning your plan B is really important. So basically it looks like I'm going to use workout as an example. I want to work out for 30 minutes on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday, okay? But then on the Sunday night, I've had a terrible night's sleep. My kids got sick. I'm super tired and I have to go to work and I've got loads and loads of stuff on. And I just know that there's no time to squeeze that workout in that I want to do, okay? There are things I can't necessarily control. I can't change that, but I know I really want to do it. So having a backup plan or that plan B is so important. Now, it's a case of writing when this happens, so when I can't make my workout on that Monday because I am tired or because work has got in the way or because I now have a child with me all the time and I'm not able to do what I wanted to do or I'm too tired, whatever it might be, I am going to, and maybe I'm going to give myself grace and I'm going to do it on a different day instead. Maybe I say I'm going to make sure that I have fueled my body with nutritious, vitamin-enriched food to make sure that I also don't get sick when my kids are sick and make sure that I can look after them and be there for them. Whatever that might look like, it's about creating that plan B for knowing when this happens, what is my backup plan? School holidays are a great example. We're out of routine on school holidays. I don't have to deal with that just yet. Daycares are open all the time, but when the kids are sick, that's obviously a bit like being school holidays. You know there's 2 weeks of school holidays coming up. Your routine is going to be thrown out. So the things that you know are important to you, what happens if you can't make those? How are you going to schedule that in differently? How are you going to adapt that? And it might be that it looks different. It might be that you're going to do a home workout with your kids. It might be you're going to go for a bushwalk. You're going to take them out and do something fun. You know, it doesn't have to be the same thing, but it's about planning for that plan B. You know, the ads, I know we get them on TV here in Australia. I'm sure you do in other countries. If you go out and you end up drinking too much and you can't drive home, what's your plan B? Is there a courtesy bus? Is there a taxi? Is there an Uber you can catch? Is there a friend or a parent or someone that you can call to come and collect you? Can you walk home? You need to have planned that plan B in case that should happen. Obviously, that might not be your intention. You're just literally going out to catch up with some friends, planning to have one drink, but all of a sudden you're 10 deep and you're like, oh, I can't drive home. Okay, make that plan B. It's exactly the same for the things that you want to do that you know are important to you. For all those things we mentioned earlier. If you want to be happy, you want to be able to run around with your kids, do all these fun things, feel great, have more energy, you need to look after yourself, mind, body, and soul. So what do those things look like for you? What are those activities that look like? Does that mean you're drinking enough water? Does that mean you're fueling your body in the right way by eating some, I don't know, colourful salads and foods that give you energy? Is that moving your body in some way every day, 3 times a week? What does that look like for you? All those types of things. Have a think about what they look like. Maybe you know that for your mental health, you need just 5 minutes on your own every day to do some meditation, to do some breath work, to do some journaling. If you know that you need that because that helps you to show up as the kind of mum, the kind of wife, the kind of friend that you want to be and you know you can be, then you need to make sure these things happen. So how can that happen when these things happen. The kids are sick, you know, that work's super busy, you're really tired. What in those circumstances will you do to make sure that you still get your journaling time in? How can you adapt that? Does it mean that you're okay to skip it every now and again? Does that look different? Maybe you can do it at a different time. Maybe you can still do it with the kids around. Like, what is the thing that you're looking to do, and can you adapt that? So the example of maybe you go to the gym 3 times a week, but now that you are either tired or you've got a sick kid at home, maybe you'll do it at home instead. You can do a home workout, right? So have that home workout planned and ready to go for those times when you're not able to do what you would normally do. Yeah? Or when it's school holidays and you know you're not going to be able to get to the gym or do your normal home workout, plan a bushwalk, plan going to the swimming pool or something like that, so you know you can still move and do something active. It's having fun with the kids, so it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Have that plan in place. It saved me so many times. So I know, for example, when I can't get my breakfast in, I went for a morning run this morning. When I can't get my breakfast in, I know that I can make a quick smoothie. It literally takes me 1 minute to blitz the thing up. And I'm now working from home today, so I can have this in my glass. If not, I just blitz it up. I shove it into a bottle, a little container with a screw top lid, and I take that with me. And I'll drink it in the car on my way to work, to an activity, to taking the kids somewhere, whatever I'm doing. If I'm going for a walk with the kids, I might take it with me in the pram. It's a great option. I'm still getting my protein in. I'm still fueling my body, which is what I need to do after I've been for my run. But it's just a different way. I'm not sitting down to eat my, eggs on toast or whatever I might normally have. Yeah. So it's just making that plan for when things happen, not if, but when. So I'm going to call it your plan B. Okay. So make sure you've got that plan B, that backup plan, to make sure that those things that really matter to you are going to happen. And if you don't know what the things are that really matter to you, because it's hard to know. Sometimes we feel like we're on that hamster wheel, just going through the motions. And does it really matter if I work out? Who cares if I'm eating well? I don't even know what I need to be doing. I'm literally just looking after the kids, doing the chores, going to work, going through the motions. I don't even know what's important. If you want to know what's important to you and understand and align that with your values, with where you're looking to go, what you want your future to look like, and then you want to know, well, how can I make sure that I'm making progress towards how I want to feel, how I want to live my life, towards the way that I want to be? Maybe just write chat below in the comments. I'll reach out to you. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat and see if I can maybe help you. Maybe I can have a chat to you and say, hey, what are you doing at the moment? What's not working for you? And how do you want to be feeling? And then we can come up with a bit of a plan of action going forward. And I'll say, maybe try doing these things. Maybe if I think it's a good option, I say, hey, I've actually got some more in-depth knowledge that I can share with you. Do you want to jump on a different call and we can have a look together to see what that might look like for us working together? But this first call, if you just write chat, there is nothing to sell you. I'm not going to push you into anything. I literally just want to help you move to that next level. So if you don't even know what you want, so you can't do a backup plan because you've got no plan in the first place, just write chat in the comments. I'm happy to help. Or find an accountability buddy. Find somebody who's doing more of what you want to do and find out how they do it. Because I promise you, nobody's life is perfect. Even celebrities, maybe they have a massive movie they've got to go do, or think of, Taylor Swift's just done a huge tour, right? I know she's not a mum yet, but maybe Pink was a better example. She's just done a tour around here as well. They're on the road for however long, so they need to know what's important so they can make sure that they've scheduled in those things whilst they're away from home. They're probably living out of hotels. They're probably not eating food that they've cooked. So what's important to them? How can they make sure that they're able to show up and do their shows and put on the performance that everybody has paid them for every single night? And in Pink's example, still being mum while she's not on the stage. How can they make sure that they're doing those things whilst they're away? They can create that backup plan. Normally I would do this and this. I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm not at home. I'm going to be away. So I'm going to do this and this instead. It's simply looking at what you currently do or what you want to do, and then what that looks like when things do turn to shit. Because it happens. It happens to all of us. And as a mum, probably more so than most, because kids are unpredictable and they go through moods and tantrums and different stages at all times, whether they're a baby, whether they're toddlers, whether they're, on the cusp of starting school or having recently started school. There's all these different stages they go through, and one day is completely different to another. Sometimes we can get up and get out the house in 10 minutes. Other times 3 hours later we're still not ready to go. Like, it just happens. So in those circumstances that you can predict because they've happened before, and when you're in that situation, I know it might be hard to do, when you're in that situation that is not going as you planned, just note that down. And that can be one of the things when you're in a calmer state and have a bit of space to think, that you can go, when this happens again, because I guarantee you it will, when this happens again, like my daughter refuses to put on her shoes for school, or wants to change them 5 times, or, decides to hide her water bottle and her fruit she needs to take with her, this is what I'm going to do. Because that then obviously has flow-on effects, and it will just de-stress you, keep your mind clearer, and allow you to get on and do what you need to do. I hope that that's been helpful. If you want more assistance with this, like I said, I coach mums to help them to live their healthiest life so they can do the things that they love with the people that they love the most, and in the easiest way possible, by adapting and looking at what you do day to day and how that can look for you. Everybody's doesn't look the same. We're not all the same people, but it's about working out what's important to you. And that's what I help women and mums to do, to really work out what's important to you, what do you need, and we go forward from there. So I hope that's been helpful. Let me know. Have a fantastic day. And wherever you're watching from, let me know if you're watching live or on the replay. If you have any questions, comment them below or message me and let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much.